everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney. This is the Brittney Reacts Show, and on this show we talk all things entertainment news and movie news. We have, actually, I managed to find some interesting things to talk about. Again, I was like, what are we gonna say? But I found some fun things to talk about. Some little stories, but we're gonna dive deep into them. We're also gonna talk more about the Johnathan Majors situation because that is quickly spiraling. I feel like it's a slowly moving scandal because I really think that video is staged and I think it's going to blow up in his face even worse. Hi Josie, hi CD Woods, hi Yasin, hi Jimin's Craft Style, hi Ruru, hi Trevor Shea, hi Prince, hi Joshua Munn, hi Phoenix Hunter, hi Xavier, hi Jessica, hi Natanya, hi everyone who's here. Alright, so let's just get straight to it. So the first thing I want to mention is that we got another update for the new Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie. So now the movie's pre-sales are at $65 million, which is one of the biggest pre-sale figures in box office history. So this movie, I don't think it's gonna be anything close to like one of the Avengers kind of box office. We're not talking like an Avengers level movie here, but this is going to be really, really huge, especially for a concert kind of film. I also think this movie is going to be very pre-sales heavy. So even though it's saying that it's going to make, well, the pre-sales are already at 65 million. I think whatever the pre-sales are, like the week before this movie comes out, then maybe add like 20%, and that's going to be the opening. Because I think the type of audience that's going to see this film is going to be largely her diehard fans. So I don't know. How do you guys think there's going to be a lot of just like walk-ups from the casual general movie-going public for this kind of thing? It is still a concert movie. Or do you think, like me, that it's just going to be mainly tailored towards just, tailored towards just like the core fan audience? Because that's kind of what I think is going to happen. It's still going to open big, but people are throwing out some crazy numbers out there. And my prediction is like, maybe around 120. I think that's like on the high end. Even though that's still really great, that I think that's going to be like considered disappointing to some people who have really sky high expectations. Oh, Josh, thank you so much for being a member now for 2 months. That's incredible. Today I'm celebrating my birthday. I'm turning 23. Congrats, happy birthday. I remember turning 23. That's a good year. It's a good year. So look forward to the rest of your 23rd year and happy birthday. And thank you again for being a member for 2 months now. Josie says, I do think there are many Swifties that will go watch it again after. Like with the concerts, I already know some who are. That's true. We could get like people who go see this movie multiple times. That'll definitely help with the box office. Yellow Umbrella says, my friend is a huge Swiftie, so she's excited for the movie. Okay, who's seeing it? Give me a number in the chat. How much do you think this movie's going to open to? Again, just remember, it's only opening just for like this one weekend, so there's only a few show times you can actually go see this film. It's a limited release. It's only in the US, but how much do you think this movie's going to open to? Miss Kitty says, I believe 250 million. That would be something to believe. If that happened, I'll eat my shoe, but that would be incredible. I don't think it's going to get there, but if that happened, honestly, just hats off to her. But that 250 million would be like what Avengers Infinity War opened to. I don't think it's going to do that well. Not even close. Josh Loves Movie says 100 million opening. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking anywhere between like 100 to 120. I think that's a really good possibility for the opening. And that's still really strong. Again, the previous highest grossing concert movie was the Hannah Montana concert movie from like 2009 or something like that. And I think that's so funny because I actually saw that concert movie in theaters and I can't believe that's still the highest grossing one. But she's easily going to beat that. In fact, I'm pretty sure her pre-sales alone has already beat that. 25 million, says Jessica H. But we know it's going to be at least 65. So it has to be more than 65. Okay, Jessica H says, I'm seeing it. I didn't see her in concert. Okay. Brianna Does Art says 80 to 100 million, maybe. Okay, I don't think, honestly, I think it'll be more than 80, just because pre-sales are already 65. I think pre-sales by the time the movie comes out will probably be around 80 or more. Brian Lowe says GDP of a small country. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. As well as Angel Barrera, who says this will make at least $5. You're not wrong. I think you're underselling it a bit, but you're not wrong. Tegan and Hoperoni says, I kind of might see it if it was in the UK just for fun of a show and I see what the fuss is about. I feel like a lot of casuals that might go see this movie for the same reason. Like, they'll see all the people talking about it on social media, because I'm sure Swifties will cover every social media app with this film. And I think that'll probably get a lot of people to feel FOMO, and that's how they'll probably get a lot of, like, non diehard fans to see this movie. Um, Evil Connor says, like, concerts are loud. Oh, I'm sure the theaters are gonna be loud. I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing, like, people videotaping people's behavior in the theater. Because I know people are gonna be acting a fool. It's gonna be really funny to see. Josie says, maybe, but I predict it will be 100, maybe 130. Or if big, because my Swiftie friends watch it so many times, 150. They're doing it to beat records. That's the thing about Taylor's fan base. They are so obsessed with records, because I think she's so obsessed with records. They might just try to keep watching this over and over again just to try to get some sort of record, or maybe break Barbie's opening weekend. So we'll see. We'll see. Who knows what they'll do. Joshua Munn says, I don't like Taylor Swift as a person in general, ever since what she did ruining Katy Perry's career and life, and her ex's lives too. Yeah, I mean, I feel like right now Taylor is probably the most beloved by, like, the general public she's ever been, but for most of her career she's been a divisive person. A lot of people really really love her, and a lot of people have just, like, hated her pretty much her entire career and still do. It's just interesting how, like, this concert has completely changed the narrative for her. Yellow Umbrella says Taylor Swift is kind of overrated. Honestly, I agree. I try to go back and, okay, I'm not going to be mean, but, like, I like some of her songs. I truly do. She's got some good songs. But overall, like, I just don't think her music is for me. But at the same time, her impact, you can't deny it. The fact that this movie is already at 65 million pre-sales and it's one of the biggest pre-sale figures ever, I mean, is significant no matter what you think of her as a person. So we'll see how this movie does. I think it's going to do huge numbers regardless. Very, very curious to see who's going to see this. Oh yes, Yellow Umbrella, I will do that any day. Violet says, I used to love her, now she is too popular, and I lost interest in her music. Some people are like that, like when something gets too popular, they suddenly don't like it anymore. Okay, not the biggest fan. Some people are not fans. Prince says, I only like her one song, and that is Love Story. Apart from that, nothing is good to me. Dang. Interesting. Okay. Little Joe's Animation says, I just heard Taylor Swift's Antihero. It's incredible. Oh, I'm glad you like that song. Alright, anyway, moving on to the next topic. So, does anyone watch... This came out last year, but Marvel released a little special called Werewolf by Night. It was actually really good. I watched it for Halloween. But they're re-releasing it again on Disney Plus, but this time it'll be in color. The original was in black and white. This is just a minor story. I don't know if any of you guys have even heard of this, if you knew that Marvel even released this, or you watched it at all. I did watch it. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll rewatch it, but it's at least something. I don't know. Thought I'd at least give it to your attention. Is anyone going to be watching this? Is anyone curious? Did anyone watch the first one? Or the first version? Little Joe's Animation says, I think Taylor succeeds with up-tempo, fast-paced songs that have a big pop push in the music. I agree. Evil Connor. I try to be nice, you know? I try to be cordial. She has good songs. I do like some of Taylor's songs. Don't lie. I mean, I'm not lying, but, like, just overall, I tried to even go back to, like, some of her albums just to give them another listen, and I was just like, this is okay. It's good. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about her music. No shade, or maybe a little shade. Joshua Munn says, I don't think Taylor and Katie ever reconciled. I think they did. Didn't they? I don't know. I don't know how we're still talking about the Taylor thing, but if you guys want to talk about it, we can. Um, Nicholas says, another version. I mean, I like the original one enough. Yeah, I don't know. This feels like a cheap way of just having more content without actually making new content. I mean, I guess they gotta do something, but I don't know. Anyway, it seems most of you guys have never heard of this, so we'll just move on to the next topic. Now, I'm actually really excited about this. So there's going to be a new Avatar PlayStation game, well, or just a new Avatar video game. I'm very, very excited for this. I have a PS5. I love Pandora and the world of Avatar, and it looks like this game is going to be all about exploring the world in like an open map situation. I'm trying to get this to load, but the graphics so far in this trailer look incredible. Anyone gonna play this game? Anyone interested in playing an Avatar video game? Why won't it load? Hold on. The tech issues, man. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Look at how gorgeous the scenery is. And the skin looks actually really good. I'm not sure what the story is. I think it's more of like a you wander around Pandora and you find your own path and adventure kind of thing. But you can even ride around on the banshees. You can just like pretend you're one of the Na'vi living out in the, in Pandora. I don't know. I'm excited about this. Anyone curious about this game? Okay, Nicholas is saying maybe. Violet says I would be interested. I'm seeing a lot of maybes. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Kitty. Josie says, I hated the first movie, but I loved the second movie so much. You know what? I feel like I'm in the minority on this, but I actually really like the first Avatar more than the second Avatar. And the funny thing is, I like the first Avatar more because I liked the story more in the first one, even though everyone says the story is an improvement in the second one, and I disagree. But anyway, but yeah, I like the second one as well. It was a gorgeous movie. Yeah, Jojo Rod will also check it out. It could be the new Hogwarts Legacy. It kind of seems like the same kind of game as Hogwarts Legacy, but instead of roaming around Hogwarts and Hogsmeade and all of that, you're just roaming around Pandora. I think that looks really fun. Like I said, it looks, I don't know, I'm kind of interested in this. Should I do a poll? Oh, Rhea Roo says, I liked the first, but you didn't watch the second. Why not? It feels too long. Meh, not interested, says Brianna. Interesting. Okay. Commander Shepard says, I am not, but I think if it releases on PC or Xbox, my friend would be all over it. He loves Avatar. Maybe, I don't know. Right now, I think it's just the PlayStation. But anyway, I have another game I want to talk about because the new Spider-Man 2 game is coming out soon, and they just released a new gameplay trailer. I also want to play this. Who here actually plays video games? I'm just starting to get into playing video games, so I have a lot of catching up to do, but I'm really looking forward to this, because they also have Miles Morales in this one. So we have Miles Morales and Peter Parker teaming up, and it looks really, really fun. Anyone interested in playing the new Spider-Man video game? It's got a new map from the first one. I'm actually looking forward to this. Nicholas says, as in Way of Water was 3 hours. Yes, Way of Water was 3 hours. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is going to do really, really good. Okay, Evil Connor plays some horror games. Oh, I love The Sims. I play The Sims, or I used to play The Sims all the time. Okay. Anyone interested in this game? I'm seeing some mixed responses. Oh, Miss Kitty only plays The Sims. Okay, Josh is excited. Well, I'm happy for you. Jojo Rod says, I'm just getting into gaming. Me too. In fact, I still have to play the first Spider-Man game. I've seen like cutscenes and stuff, but I want to play it first before I play the second one. Just because I want to be able to, watch it in order. But I played the Last of Us game ahead of the show so I could be prepared. So I played that game. And I'm going to play the second one before the second season. So I'm catching up on all of these old games now. It's not going to be free, no. Okay. Sims 4 isn't terrible. I feel like it's gotten to be pretty good. Although Sims 3 was better. Alright, moving on. So, there are more rumors and rumblings and reports that Bob Iger could very well sell like a lot of Disney's linear channels, including ABC, a lot of the Fox ones like FX, National Geographic, all their Disney channels. They're very much gearing up to sell all of their linear channels. They're not confirming anything yet. In fact, right now they're saying, oh, that's just speculation. But I think where there's this much smoke, there's a lot of fire. And apparently a lot of people, like a lot of the executives over at ABC, are very, very worried for their jobs right now. So this is looking more and more likely by the day. And the reason why I think Disney wants to sell off their linear channels, other than the fact that linear TV is dying, but I think they also want to shrink the size of their company so that they can get bought by a tech company, mainly Apple. I still think this is Bob Iger's long-term plan to sell off a bunch of losing assets so that they could be small enough that the government might actually approve a merger between Disney and Apple. That's what I think is happening here. What do you guys think about all of this? Oh, Yellow Umbrella says, get this man off my screen. He has really got a lot of people upset with him. He used to be so beloved. And now look, y'all don't even want to see his face. Oh man, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, Chevy also agrees. This man's face makes me furious. Jeez. Arvin says, I'm gonna miss Disney Channel. Man, Disney Channel during its prime was one hell of an era. It's a shame. It's not even that relevant right now anymore. But I understand why they would get rid of it. I don't think a lot of teenagers and tweens are watching Disney Channel anymore. They're watching YouTube and TikTok. Josh Loves Movie says, I hope this doesn't affect Abbott Elementary and The Bear. Those will probably just go to Hulu. Those would become Hulu shows. Any main big show that was on one of these linear channels will probably just get picked up by a streaming service. So I wouldn't be too worried, because I know there's no way Disney's going to let Abbott Elementary, just get canceled. They'll just move it to Hulu. Josie says, I hate that man. I can't believe the board aren't removing him. Not only is the board not removing him, but they extended his contract by multiple years. We're never getting rid of him. I feel like this man is going to be CEO of this company until he dies, because I don't think he wants to give up power. Either that or until Disney gets sold, and then he'll leave. Those are the only two options for him. I'm pretty sure of it. Wixos Trick says, I'm jealous the kids today don't have to be infected by the Disney Channel. Not infected. Disney Channel had some good shows back in the day. Joshua Munn says, I don't even get any of the Fox and National Geographic channels anymore on Spectrum. Yeah, Disney and Spectrum have been in a huge spat recently. So a lot of people, millions of people in fact, recently already lost a few of those channels because Spectrum won't carry them anymore. So it's already starting. It's the slow, very slow, extremely slow death of linear TV. But it is happening. Okay, maybe I should move on, because you guys keep talking about his face. I guess he's really creeping y'all out. Is this one better? Is this a better picture? Because reportedly, Disney is already in talks with a local TV station, Nexstar, to sell ABC. So they're already in talks with another company to buy ABC and a number of other Disney channels. So again, right now it's all just speculation, but again, it's looking very, very likely. Especially since we're also seeing all these articles about how people at ABC are afraid they're about to lose their jobs. It's a really sad situation. I fear for everyone in this industry. I feel like it's a bad time to be working in Hollywood because there's so much going on right now. I don't think anyone can feel like they have job security at the moment, especially with the strikes going on. Oh no, not the jump scare. Is this worse? Oh my god. Now y'all throwing up. I thought this would be a better picture. Sorry. Shabby says all ABC has is Dancing with the Stars. What shows does it have? Just sell it. Well, it has like Abbott Elementary, and ABC is known for a lot of their family comedies. They've been falling off in the past couple of years, but AB still is still a very like known brand. They also have the morning show. Like, this is a big deal. Web Slinger says, I can't wait for the Elemental live action remake next month where the actors will actually be on fire. Bravo, Disney slash Pixar. So innovative. I hope they don't do an Elemental live action remake. That would look terrible. That movie was very much meant to be animated. Um, oh, okay, Little Joe's animation. I love when we have differing opinions here. This is good. Bob Iger isn't that bad. Come at me. Okay, so maybe we shouldn't all be super villainizing him. I mean, honestly, I used to be a fan of this guy. Truly, I used to really like him. I can't even believe I'm saying it, but it's true. But ever since he came back to take his job, I feel like he has just like completely lost my respect ever since then. So, but if you do like him, why? I want to know. Oh, Jorge Barrios, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it, genuinely. Do you think Apple is worried about bad rep with Disney after announcing and introducing Iger with Apple Vision debut? No, I don't. I don't think Apple really has to worry about anything other than, the kids in China that make their phones. No. Nothing phases them. I feel like Apple has like more control than our actual government, so they can do what they want, unfortunately. But thank you for the super chat. Hi Thanos. Kisaki says Disney should have never expanded their brand. They own way too much and mismanaged them. That's why I think maybe it's a good thing that they're starting to sell things off, because you're right. They've gotten too big for their britches, and they can't manage everything that they own because the company's just way too big. Moving on. So, oh wait, no, this is the same thing. Now, what do you guys think about this? Now, this company, Nexstar, could take over ABC and all those channels, and I don't know what they'll do with them. Maybe they'll just keep them going for as long as people still have linear TV. But eventually those channels are gonna fall by the wayside. Are you guys gonna miss linear TV? How many people in my chat who actually like how many of you guys still watch linear TV? How do you even feel about this? Do you think this is a big deal anymore? I mean, I want to know your genuine opinion. Angel says conspiracy Brittney coming out. It's not a conspiracy. I genuinely don't even think it's a conspiracy. Like, the tech bros in Silicon Valley have more power than like people in Congress. I don't even think that's a conspiracy. That's just a fact. But anyway, I know that's a random side comment, but it's true. You guys know it's true. Kay says this all started with DeSantis and the bills in Florida. If that wouldn't have happened, Disney wouldn't be in this place. Man, it is crazy to see the butterfly effect that has spawned out of that entire situation with Florida. I bet they really thought they were going to be able to just like sweep it under the rug and move on, but it's literally they're still dealing with the consequences of that. But yeah, you're right. And it sucks. Honestly, it sucks. I hate that Disney's even part of that controversy for something that is not even like, I think we're in a really sad state of affairs where it's like people are just fighting over people's lives, and it really sucks. It just really sucks. Prince says, sometimes I watch cable TV, but those shows or channels are not available here. I haven't had cable TV since 2011. Well, technically I had access to it when I was in college, but I didn't even use it because I was already like over it. Yeah, I've been like pretty much on the Netflix and Hulu diet since like 2011. I'm pretty sure I was like an early adapter to the cord cutting lifestyle. Jorge Barrio says, I think in general our parents are last generation. Oh, you think our parents are the last generation to really care about linear TV? You're probably right. Although my mom doesn't care about linear TV at all. My dad still watches it, but my mom does. My mom doesn't. So I don't know. It depends. I definitely think the younger you go, like with the generations, they're becoming less and less interested in it for sure. Um, Thaneros says, but there isn't something about live TV that can't be replicated on streaming services. I know. I mean, can it though? I think it's definitely much harder, but I think it can, and here's why. Look at how much hype was around House of the Dragon when it was out, or maybe even just the final season of. Okay, maybe that's not a good example because technically, even though you could watch them on HBO Max, those are HBO shows. But okay, what about The Last of Us? That was a specifically that was a streaming show, right? What I'm trying to say is you can still have a huge streaming hit that is like a water cooler moment. Maybe Stranger Things is like a better example because that is definitely a streaming show. You can still make something a huge water cooler event to talk about where everyone's into it. And it's a streaming show. I just think it's much harder to do now. Jao Pedro says, I kind of miss the anticipation we used to get to watch things on TV. It's been some time I don't watch it anymore. I feel like the only time people get really excited to watch something live now, or like when it drops, is when there is that huge cultural discussion around a show, like when there's a lot of hype around Stranger Things or something, like everyone's watching it, or there's a lot of hype around The Last of Us or one of the Game of Thrones show, like then everyone will watch it when it drops. But those kind of shows are becoming far and fewer between. Like, again, I think it's just with streaming, it's making it harder to stand out. And you're right, with the way TV used to be, you didn't really need to have that much hype just to get people to be excited to watch something on release. But now you kind of do. So yeah, that's a good point now that I talked it out and thought about it. Josh Loves Movies says, watching reality TV competition live shows is an experience that you can't replicate on streaming. True. That's true. What else can't be replicated on streaming? I know they're trying to replicate sports on streaming. We'll see how that goes. I feel like that's also something you've definitely got to watch live. Also award shows. Even though I kind of watched the VMAs through my phone, it wasn't the same as just watching it. But most people aren't really watching award shows much anymore anyway. But anyway, moving on to the next topic. Can't believe it's been 30 minutes already. So, I did bring up the Johnathan Majors situation yesterday. For those who missed that live stream, let me catch you up on the situation. So, there's this video from TMZ where you see two high school girls in a fight. And just in the nick of time, you just happen to be casually scrolling by. You have Johnathan Majors in a wild newspaper boy hat. Where is he? He's gonna come in a second. There he is. He just casually jogs in, and he's like, guys, we gotta stop this. Keep the peace. I'm a peace advocate. Remember, I'm a peace advocate. But anyway, a lot of people think this is really, really staged, like extremely staged, and I'm one of them. Because as I pointed out yesterday, there's even a point in the video where you could see someone is holding a laptop and a phone, mind you. They're holding both, trying to record this thing, and I just like, who would just already have that laptop ready to go, like perfectly angled so you can see Johnathan Majors come to the rescue, like, it just feels all very set up and forced to me. And then on top of that, there was this other video also from TMZ where they just happened to catch up with him after the fight, just so casually, right? And they ask him about why he did that. And he's all like, well, I just had to do what I had to do. They're like, it's all like, I feel like it's all very much spin, especially since today is his court date. So it's all very much convenient timing. It's very much feeling so staged. Oh, we have a super chat also from Jorge Barrios. Thank you so much. Streaming is great and quick, but sadly this generation, our kids, will never feel the fun that was Friday nights at Blockbuster for new releases. Getting excited to buy a new Blu-ray, etc., sadly. You know what? I do remember being a kid and getting really excited to watch the... Do you guys remember, maybe some of you will know this, but there was a crossover event between Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and That's So Raven. This was like when I was really young. And it was such a huge event. I remember counting down the minutes until that episode aired so I could watch it. It's that kind of anticipation kids are not going to know now. You're very much right. Because those kind of memories, it makes you more excited for the thing because it felt like more an event. So you're right. It kind of sucks that they're not going to have that as much as we did growing up. But yeah. Thank you for the super chat, though. So it seems like from the chat, you guys also think this is fake. Yeah, very much fake. And what is with the hat, by the way? Everyone was talking about the hat. Like, what is with this Newsies, newspaper boy, I don't know, turn of the century kind of get up he's wearing? But he always looks like this. Oh, Nicholas Wilson, thank you again for the super chat. The laptop had the script on it. Maybe that's true. I saw people were also calling him a scab for acting during the strike. Like, people were going in on him. Yeah, maybe the script was on the laptop. Josh Loves Movie says that and the iCarly and Victorious crossover was so iconic. Yeah, it was. Those were huge events. Oh, Nintendo Gaming Chair. Thank you so much for the super chat. What is your opinion on Seattle's Museum of Pop Culture to remove all references of J.K. from Harry Potter? I did not know of this. They're removing all references of Harry Potter, or they're removing references of J.K. from Harry Potter? Like they're removing her name? I don't know. I feel like if you're doing this, you also gotta remove problematic people from everything. Okay, I don't agree with everything J.K. Rowling says, and I understand why everyone is upset with her, but, like, if you're gonna remove her name, why remove Hitler's name? Remove, like, every, like, problematic historical person from history, from pop culture. Why specify just her? Like, I feel like if you're gonna remove her names, you better start removing everybody's. If you start doing this, it's a slippery slope to just literally trying to rewrite history, and that does not sit well with me. So that's my opinion on that. Thank you for the super chat, though. Sorry, that's a very off-topic subject. I'm trying to talk about Johnathan Majors, but I wanted to get to those super chats. Thank you for the super chats, by the way. Anyway, moving on. There were so many memes because people, like, literally no one online agrees with this or thinks that, like, this video was real at all. So I'm just sharing you some of my favorites. Someone said he looks like Owen, I think that's his name, from the Jurassic World movies, like he's literally trying to do that meme. People are saying it's just his crisis PR team working on things. I mean, the reason I'm pointing out that there's so many memes about this is because the more people, this one was my favorite, by the way, the more people talk about how this is fake, the more Marvel might actually have to address it. Like, if everyone thinks that he is willing to fake a video of him being a hero breaking up this high school fight in order to make himself look good, how does that make Marvel look to employ this guy who's supposed to be your main lead of a Marvel villain when, like, this guy is, his reputation is in the mud right now? I mean, it's not even just people on Twitter making fun of him. I was looking up Johnathan Majors before the stream started. Literally there's so many articles just talking about how no one believes it. Like, they all think it's staged. So if it actually comes out that this was staged, I think this will do even more damage to him than he's already done to himself. So I think this whole situation could really escalate to being even worse. I think it's not looking good for him. And this meme literally made me laugh for like 10 minutes straight. So that's why I had to share it with you guys. Not the Jurassic World meme. Yeah, it did kind of look like the Jurassic World meme a bit. And the fact that they had TMZ release the video also makes it look extra sketchy. Like, why wouldn't, if the video supposedly came from a high school kid that just happened to watch the video when it was happening and like was filming it, why didn't the kid just like directly upload it to one of their accounts or whatever? Why are we getting this from TMZ? That also really sells the whole thing that this is very staged. Andrew Barrera, oh, you keep coming with the super chats. I really appreciate it, genuinely. What was he doing at a high school? Well, apparently he was at some burger joint across the street when he happened to see the fight and he ran over to break it up. Or that's the official story he's giving anyway. Um, I, I think even the story he's giving for like why he happened to be there is very suspicious. Like, why was he just casually at a burger joint, like looking over and like, oh, there's a fight. I and I alone must stop this. It just seems very suspicious to me. Um, who did you block, Brianna? Kazaki says, I always wait for court cases. I feel bad for going after Kevin Spacey after he won all the court cases. Yeah, I mean, true, innocent until proven guilty. We'll know soon, hopefully, once we actually get, like, court results. This court keeps getting delayed. So we'll see what they say. But I think his PR team is not helping him look innocent. But from everything from releasing those text messages months ago, where it made it look like the victim was apologizing for like telling the truth, essentially, those texts made him look very guilty, and then this video looking very staged makes him look very guilty. Like, he could be innocent, that's true, but it seems like his behavior is giving very guilty. That's kind of the issue. um 7 Night 9 and 10 didn't care. Did I say that right? A grown man watching a high school from across the street already sounds suspicious. Again, there's so many holes in this story where it's like every time you hear more information about it, it starts to sound more suspicious. um, Josie says Spacey was still a creep even if he won. It still just proves that the system is not particularly good, especially for victims. Yeah, honestly, maybe he got away with whatever in the court, but there's a lot of evidence he's still a creep regardless, to be honest. Some person skywalking says, unpopular opinion, Stranger Things 4 was kind of disappointing. I didn't like the inconsistencies in the story. Well, thank you for sharing your opinion. I actually liked Stranger Things 4. I liked it more than the past season. I thought the third season was a huge step down. In fact, if season 4 wasn't so like as hyped as it was, I might have even skipped season 4 because I thought season 3 was actually not that good. But we can all, disagree. That's the great thing about art. It all hits us differently. But anyway. Triphobia. What the holes? What are you talking about? Yeah, Brianna, the laptop I feel like is a dead giveaway. Like, why was someone filming this with a laptop? Like, who does that? Jorge Barrio says Ezra Miller may need to be on High School Fight Patrol. What's with all these, like, problematic actors, like, getting revealed lately? Like, what's going on? But anyway, I did want to get to the member question, because I asked my members, how do you guys feel about... Oh, wait a minute. This is not the right thing. Nope. My bad. Where'd it go? Hold on. Oh no. I had... One second, y'all. I have to get to the member question. I had it ready and then now it's gone. So, hold up. I want to get to the community member post. Do. Alright. There we go. Thank you for being very patient. No, not that. That's the WTF news. You just saw a quick sneak peek at the WTF news for later. But anyway, now to the member question. I asked you guys, what do you think about the Johnathan Majors situation? What do you think about Marvel? What should they do with Kang now that Johnathan Majors has become such a controversial figure? Little Joe's Animations, thank you so much for commenting, said, despite the supposed fakeness, I don't know if it will affect his opportunities with Marvel. I don't think Marvel will respond, but audiences and fans clearly have lots to say. This does not seem to be a growing scandal, though, and if the reaction to that is too negative, then that could affect the box office. Oh, you said this does seem to be a growing scandal. We will have to wait and see. Here's the thing. I really believe that all the scandals against Ezra Miller hurt The Flash at the box office. So I'm wondering if they use Johnathan Majors. Again, he could be innocent. But to be fair, in the eyes of public opinion and the eyes of the internet, he's already guilty to a lot of people, which you have to take into account. Will he hurt the box office of a Marvel movie going forward? Like, if they make Kang Dynasty, are people not going to show up because they don't want to support him? I mean, if you look at what happened to The Flash, there's an argument to be made that that could be true. Connor Content, again, thank you for being a member, says, next Marvel installment is just him breaking up teenage girl fights. Oh man, what if that's all Kang does? He just breaks up high school fights. I mean, we already got to see him got beat down by a bunch of ants. I mean, he's already, in my opinion, a pretty weak villain, so why don't we just get him to break up a bunch of high school fights? Sure. I feel like that's the next logical conclusion. But thank you for commenting, though. And thank you for being patient while I brought that up. Sorry, I thought I had that ready. I think I missed a super chat, right? Oh, yes. Thanaros, thank you so much for the super chat. You guys have been really generous with the super chats today. No joke, but this is what Johnathan Majors should do. Start a YouTube channel and just vlog. Work for Brie Larson. Interesting. So you guys think he should just make a YouTube channel? Honestly, if depending on how this court hearing goes and what Marvel decides to do with him going forward, he might need to look at other income, revenues. So maybe he should start a YouTube channel. Did it work for Brie Larson though? I feel like Brie got a lot of hate for her YouTube channel. Like, I feel like every time I heard about her YouTube channel was because someone was making fun of her for a video that was cringe or whatever. I don't know if it was just the toxic part of the internet, but Brie gets a lot of hate. Unfairly, I think. But maybe he should start a YouTube channel. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's the only thing that he can do. Sorry for the Drew Barrymore jump scare, guys. We are going to talk about the strike situation in a second. I've given you guys lots of jump scares today. I apologize. Oh no, not Colleen Ballinger. We do not need her and her ukulele, please. Okay, yes, Queen says, there are so many holes in this Johnathan Majors story that I get triphobia. I see what you did there. Nice joke. Alright, anyway. Oh, she has 670,000 subs? Oh, that's good. I didn't know she had that many subscribers. Good for Brie. Alright, anyway, let's move on to the strike news. So, giving you at least a little bit of warning. We have talked about a lot this week, the Drew Barrymore situation. In case you haven't been able to join the show until today, just giving you a quick recap. Drew Barrymore is being called all sorts of names. She's being called a scab because she decided to bring back her show on air during the strikes, even though the writers are very, very upset with her over it. And not just that, but she has inspired a lot of other talk shows to also come back on air, including Sherry the Talk, the Jennifer Hudson Show. Yesterday, we also talked about the Bill Maher shows coming back. Also, I think I forgot to mention this, but Drew was also dropped from a hosting gig because they feel like she's breaking the strike rules, so I feel like that's pretty significant. I feel like Drew Larson, oh my god, I called her Drew Larson. I'm so sorry, Drew. Drew Barrymore. I feel like Drew Barrymore is making a lot of enemies within the industry over this, so I'm very curious to see, like, even once the strikes are over, like, how this will affect her long term. I just wanted to bring this back up with you guys because I know I have a lot of new people who don't normally get to join because I have a different time now, so What do you guys think about this whole situation with Drew Barrymore? And do you think she's a scab? Do you agree with them bringing the show back? What are your thoughts? I know I called her Drew Larson. I'm so sorry. Some person skywalking says, I also think that Eddie's death was absolutely pointless. They just didn't want to kill off Steve. Well, Stranger Things, yeah, they bring up a lot of like fan favorite characters, or they introduce a lot of fan favorite characters, and then they just like immediately kill them off. They keep doing that. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure they've done that in like every single season, so that's like their calling card at this point. Okay, Nicholas says Brie Barrymore. Brie Barrymore would have been better. I don't even know which one you're talking about. Okay, Brie Larson. Y'all are funny. Brie Barrymore over Drew Larson. Okay. Little Joe's Animation says these unions are fighting for good reason, but they have really been overreaching with their scab rules, literally threatening influencers and cosplayers. Drew is another example. Yeah, as I've mentioned previously, I think it's a gray situation. I don't think anyone's entirely in the clear here, but I think as long as they're not promoting struck content and they're not actually doing any writing, like none of them are doing their monologues or any of their scripted segments. They're just talking about like other stuff and like more casual, non-scripted conversation style stuff. I feel like that should be fine as long as they're not breaking the rules explicitly. I don't see how they're a scab. That's how I feel. Tegan and Hopperoni says, support the strike, support the workers. If you're in the union striking, you're on a strike. I do support the unions. I support the unions fully. I think it does suck. If I was a writer on Drew Barrymore's show, I would obviously feel shafted. But I'm also thinking if I was, say, a key grip on her show, and I was thinking, oh wow, I might, not have a job for almost a year, and I'm already struggling, I'm probably very happy that the show is back. And I think, there's more than one side to this situation. Okay, Eric says that you hate them. Okay. Ellie is very expensive. Okay, you guys like Brie Barrymore better? Sorry, that should have been my slip up instead. Ryu says, I do feel bad for the writers. This is Hollywood we are talking about. Not surprised people want to get back to work. Yeah. I mean, people are saying, okay, well then all of these people should have just paid out of pocket for, their salaries. And if they had done that, I would have been like, oh my god, these people are saints. That is so nice of them to just give millions of dollars out of their pocket. Like, that would be incredible. But I also think that is, like, incredibly idealistic, and unfortunately we don't live in a world where any mega millionaire is ever going to do that. Or very few people would. So at least this is the next best thing. Allow people to have their jobs back. I feel like I'm a pragmatist. I see the world for how it is. It's very ugly. And sometimes you just have to take some of the ugliness with it to get something better. And that's kind of my philosophy. Frieza says, Brittney, one time a crocodile... What? Where is this going? Okay. One time a crocodile was attacking me, and then Johnathan Majors jumped out of the lake and got between us. He's a hero, so I believe his story. That story is about as believable as that video. So, you know what? I might as well believe it. Sure, Johnathan Majors saved you from a crocodile. Let's go with it. I'll believe you. I had no idea where that statement was going to go. I was like, oh god, a crocodile comment. What is this going to be? Anyway. Brianna Desart says, I've only heard them saying influencers can't accept deals from studios if they want them in a movie or show. That is supposed to be the deal. Like, that is the line that they draw with influencers and the, like, breaking the SAG or WGA rules. But a lot of people, it's just, the line is so murky right now between who is an influencer and who is, like, a journalist, that a lot of people don't even know, like, where they even fall on that line. So it's getting very tricky. I don't blame a lot of people for being nervous about, a lot of influencers for being nervous about not being able to talk about struck content, because if you still have aspirations of wanting to be in one of these unions right now, or one day, you're obviously going to play it safe. So it just sucks for everyone involved. I mean, these strikes are supposed to suck. That's kind of what the strike is, about. But I still think it's necessary at the end of the day. Prince says, I think the money she's gonna earn from bringing back the show, she should donate half to WGA or SAG. Oh, that's a good idea, Prince. If Drew and like the others said that they were gonna donate a portion from the show to, say, the community funds for WGA and SAG, I feel like that would give them a lot of brownie points, at least in their favor. I think they should definitely do that. And just because it'd be like the right thing to do. Yeah, that's a great idea, Prince. They should definitely do that. Webslinger says, where the hell was Johnathan Majors when I was getting robbed last year? These Johnathan Majors jokes, though. Interesting. But I do want to get to at least some brighter news with the strike stuff. It looks like the WGA and the studios are in the process of talking. Apparently, they're supposed to meet next week to renegotiate, because the studios really want these strikes to end by the end of October. So, at least the studios and the writers are going to be talking again. Who knows if they're actually going to come to a deal, but at least there's a chance that the strikes could end soon. I'm still very pessimistic about it, but I think it's a good sign that they're meeting again. This is only, I think the second time they've tried to meet since the writers went on strike, so baby steps, but some progress. Does anyone think that this deal or this meeting will actually go anywhere? Munchie the Gnome says, Johnathan Majors saved my grandma from getting hit by the Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. It seems like Johnathan Majors is saving everyone now. Oh god, what is this one now? Johnathan Majors. What? Johnathan Majors joining an Ezra Miller cult. Y'all are going crazy. What in the world? Missy Kitty says, I don't believe it. Yeah, I don't believe it. I mean, they actually are going to meet. The meeting is real. That is happening. But will they come to a deal when it seems like they both still hate each other's guts? I think the only way this will come to a deal is if the studios significantly cave on a couple of issues. And we'll see if they do. If they actually cave on success-based residuals and AI restrictions, then maybe we will get a deal. But something tells me they're not going to do that. Jack says, hopefully some light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe. I would love it if they could come to a deal, because then it would also give me more stuff to talk about. It's so slow in the news right now because of these strikes. I would love more to talk about, but we'll see. Hi, Ian. Nicholas, stop. Johnathan Majors should be at the meeting to break up the fight. Just do his little Jurassic World pose and, he can stop any fight. Prince says, no, I don't think so. Studios are going to do anything, and if they do, it's going to be very sus. Yeah, I suspect they're going to give them another half deal where it's full of a lot of loopholes and no one's going to be happy with it. That's what I predict. Some person skywalking says, has there ever been a Disney stop-motion movie? Well, technically, Nightmare Before Christmas is a Disney movie now, so I guess that counts. Alright, so that's the last bit of strike news, and then I have some WTF news, and this is the last topic for the day. So, going to WTF news. Have you guys been catching up with what the heck is going on with Kanye West and his new girlfriend? Because WTF, this is like the ultimate WTF news right here. So, don't worry, she's wearing underwear and everything, you can't see anything, but he's been having her, okay, so Kanye West is known for all of his girlfriends post Kim Kardashian he makes his girlfriends A, look exactly like her, and then B, he controls what they wear. And usually he's been making them wear like really embarrassing things. And this new girlfriend he has, they have just been terrorizing Italy. They have been walking around where he's wearing this really strange all black ensemble and she is just basically naked. And she never looks happy and she's always looking miserable in like every photo. And I thought this was really funny how Pop Tings worded it. They said Kanye West and his wife Bianca were once again spotted doing the most in Italy. Because they have been doing the most, the absolute most. Yeah, someone said they might get banned from Italy. Honestly, Italy should consider it. At this point, like, what are they doing? This is like not even the first, second, or third crazy photo that has popped up. They have just been going like all over the country, like wearing the craziest stuff everywhere, and people are just like, what is going on with them? But anyway, I had to point this out. It definitely seems like a kink. But it's weird. And I needed WTF news, and that was the perfect bit of WTF news. But anyway. That's the end of the live stream today. I had a really good time talking to you all. I'll take a couple of questions. I'll take 3 questions, and that'll be the end of the stream today. I'll see you guys on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that'll be it. Thank you, everyone. This has been really fun, and thank you all for the super chats and the engagement. I really genuinely appreciate it. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats. I don't think so. Kazaki says, I think people need to stop giving him attention. He likes it. Yeah, he's definitely doing it for attention. I think he's the kind of person who will literally do anything for attention. Like, anything. And that's a very dangerous person to be around. Josie says, I have started watching the Tangled TV series after Brittney talked about it. I really love it. Please all watch it. I'm glad I could get you to watch the Tangled series. It is so good. It is, I would say, even better than the movie. Oh, Prince. I know, I miss talking to you live as well. Thoughts on Donna Carr VMA performance. Who's Donna Carr? Are you saying Doja Cat? Oh, I like Doja Cat's performance. I thought she was really good. I thought she was actually the best performance of the night. Alright, bye Josh. Happy birthday, by the way. Hope you have a good birthday. Natanya says, what's a movie/show you didn't care about? Movie/show I didn't care about. Well, for the longest time, I couldn't get into Supernatural. Still can't. People love that show. I tried to watch it. I never could get into it. So probably that one. They're trying to think of a recent show I couldn't get into. Oh yeah, I tried to watch Wednesday. I don't know if this is like a sign of me getting older or whatever, but I couldn't even finish it. I just found the show to be very immature. Like, it felt like it was very much aimed towards high schoolers, which is not a bad thing, but I just felt like too old watching it. But yeah, I think that was 3 questions. So thank you everyone for joining the stream today. This was really fun. I'll see you guys again on Monday.